How to impress an IRS revenue officer when they come to your office. That's today's title. And my name is Carlos Samaniego from Tax Debt Consultants here in Redlands, California. And this is not the AI version of myself. I'm actually wanting to come to you live talking about an IRS revenue officer that came to my office for an appointment for a client that I have that owes close to $500,000. He had reached out to me a couple of weeks ago and wanted to have a live appointment in my office, which kind of surprised me. Normally what happens, we do these telephone calls. A lot of times they'll call us over into their office, or if you're summons to the IRS, your client summons to the IRS, you're required to go to their office. And this time around, I thought we would do a phone appointment, and he said, nope, I want to come to your office. So when he came down to my office first thing this morning, comes into my office, greet him, sat him down, and we had a conversation. And first things first, he was actually happy to get to know me. He actually told me that there's other officers that have cases with me, and they talked about me. And I'm like, whoa, what are they talking about me? And luckily for me, it was good news. And he actually said that. So we had a very good conversation. And the one thing that he did say is that he loves it when people talk their language and understands how they work and what they need. And they communicate with them. And that's what he loved about my style. In fact, this IRS revenue officer wanted a huge monthly payment from our client. And he actually came to an agreement that our client was a hardship status, a currently not collectible. That is an option with the IRS. And he was going to go back to his manager and let them know that he was going to actually propose a hardship for our client because our client could not afford it. But I had to show him why he couldn't approve the monthly payment that they wanted. I had to show them that our client was willing to make changes in his business so he didn't owe taxes. I had to show that our client was willing to make sure he doesn't get back into tax debt in the future. And it was just a wonderful meeting. And I loved what he said as he was leaving. He said, I wish all my POAs were like this. He specifically said there's so many people out there scamming their clients, claiming to do work that they haven't done, communicating with them when they're not communicating with them. And he actually said something that I loved. He actually said, I wish we can recommend people to you because I know so many people that could use your help. A legitimate business that really, truly tries to help his clients. And he also loved my comic book that's coming out. As you can see over the top left corner, the Tax Underworld comic book. He had asked me, what's that all about? And I explained to him how people that have tax problems live in this tax underworld, kind of very similar to the Stranger Things. If you're a fan of the Stranger Things, you have the what do you call it? The upside down, these creatures that just haunt you. I said, when people are dealing with tax problems, you know what? That's what happens. They get into the tax underworld, and then people like yourself, and I told him, I go, just the system haunts them until they get back into compliance and back into paying their taxes. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of share that experience with you. We have a great IRS office here in San Bernardino County. If you're part of the San Bernardino office, I love working with them. They're a great office. And like he said, the IRS wants to work with you, but if you're not willing to communicate and get them the documents that they need, they have to follow procedure to move forward and come after you if you don't file your tax returns or you have unpaid tax balances. So if you want a real person that can actually handle your tax problems, give our office a call. If you look down here, you can give us a call. We answer our phone 24 hours a day. Our answering service answers that. We are here to help you. You can always book an appointment as well at calltaxea.com. Anyways, just wanted to bring that up. This is the non-AI version of Carlos Samaniego at Tax Debt Consultants, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye for now.